in there. We'll see. In theory, I don't know what the loop situation was. Super odd. It might, for all I know, it may have been an issue uh, with Restream or something like that. We'll see in a couple seconds if it comes back on.
Who can hear you right now?
Everybody in the live stream, yeah, in the audience, yeah. So I'm kind of chit-chatting with them as this goes along as well, hoping that we'll kick back in and there'll be some audio. Does it sound all right? Fixed? Is it fixed? I mean, it won't be the greatest audio, but it will not have the loop. All good now? Thank you. Okay, phew. Ugh.
Yay, it's gone. It's
Yay! Yeah, that was so weird. I have no idea what that was. I had to change total software just in case it was that. So I'm using OBS. So I had to literally you watch me like create a scene from scratch.
While talking.
Yes, while I was still talking relatively coherently. Relatively. Yeah. So, all right. Sorry about that. Yay. Low, but at least we aren't going nuts. I appreciate that. Thank you. The volume's a bit low. All right, I will fix that too. I think I can do that in here. I'll turn mine up as well, and we'll see. I don't want to push it. I did turn it down because I was concerned that there was an issue. Yeah, that the loop was caused by something else, but hopefully we'll be all right. And then yeah, and then let's see, in the streaming software, there we go. I have yours on as well. I think the Brio. Nope, the Brio's off, so I'll turn yours on. No, is that the loop? Is that what's happening? Maybe, I don't know. All right, I'm just going by mine because I'll turn it up and hopefully they'll be able to hear you. And I don't know what that is. So very crazy. All right, better volume now? Okay.
Yay.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have 30 seconds.
Hi.
Say bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Lady B. Huh? Yeah, we're over here. Yeah, so yeah, it's good. All right, much love. Thank you. Okay, bye. Yeah, I know there's a setup in here, and it would be nice to have the. Do we know what the stream setup is for the cameras in here?
Basically, it would run through like our Facebook and our YouTube.
Gotcha.
But it's like we have like cameras here and
yeah.
trying to do all that. I could fire that up if you want me to. You just wouldn't have the in between commercial stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fine.
You want me to do that?
If maybe in the second hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And redirect everybody to CPT.
Mm-hmm.
That is my favorite part.
This is a terrible idea. I'm trying to move this over here. I'm worried about it. Hold on. So that the audio is a little better. Welcome. Yeah, it is going to be good once I get it all together. I mean, it's a lot to deal with.
So much.
It's so much to deal with, but that's all right. I am jumpy and choppy and whatever, and we shall make it that
All
way.
the dwarves.
Yes. Dumpy and choppy and slappy and pokey and Doc. Huh? And Doc. Right, because you're going to need a doctor. Yeah. So what we were talking about, and what's been kind of a consistent thing in terms of the right wing these days, and I'm sure you've noticed this, Johnny Million,
Yeah.
if I may call you that in person. Now that we're
So
sitting this
weird.
close together, is the idea that the right seems to believe that the government, the left expects the government to solve all problems, and and yet at the same time they seem to be going about all of their social issue ideas, for example, through legislation.
Yeah.
So look at Texas.
Stacking the courts.
That's right. That everything is made to. They've given up entirely on the moral argument, and now they are just trying to force it through by law, by fiat, and which is something they always accuse the left of doing. That's the part that sticks out the most to me.
Yeah,
You know,
the overreach is
right?
Yeah,
It's mind-boggling. And when you look at Trump, for example, who we now know, and it's becoming increasingly clear, and over the course of us watching the January 6th Commission, as that starts to get information, and as they bring Steve Bannon, of course, they're going to have to fumigate before and after.
he's a good-looking man.
Oh, if I was the Gin Blossoms, I would rename my band. But just out of deference, you know what I mean? In case you're called before Congress.
Yeah, it's like Anthrax.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, he's like he'd open for Anthrax and Gin Blossoms on the road. And they'd both go, I can't follow that. No, I can't follow that.
No, I know. Meaning I
What's the band? Syphilis, I think is what they're called. They're on stage 4 this year, which is not the best Lollapalooza stage, and because it's uneven, you might trip walking across stage. So that said, we're now finding out that Trump himself was setting up like in deference to, I guess, Steve Bannon, a war room in the White House and around the DOJ to try and push the big lie and turn the election around.
Yeah, they had press releases all ready to go.
Yep, and he'd been pushing this for a while, and now, but why? Why they were obviously doing this in the lead up? Why was this? Well, because he was abundantly aware that he was losing. Mm-hmm. That as much as he was saying the polls look great and the states look great and everybody looks great, no, that wasn't the case. And as much as he'll talk about how Rasmussen was saying, sir, all you need is 65 million votes and you've won hands down, right? So if you pay for this package, we can guarantee you 66 million votes. And I'm kidding, satire button.
Yeah, there was one poll that he loved that he clung to.
Yes, and also clinging to the that the Wisconsin 17 points one was so far off, was an outlier, as all polls do. That's why you usually go with an aggregate, but the aggregate was showing that he was getting his butt kicked. Yep. And so the story was going to be, and will continue to be, that it's rigged against me. Mm-hmm. Which is what he's been saying
since 2016.
For his whole life, I would argue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's out to get him.
Everybody's out to get him. He's always being cheated. He's always being ripped off. Everything is, and this also goes to,
well, as far as the right likes calling the left snowflakes, they're the ones who are playing the victim card.
Oh my God, it's nonstop, and I mean that is where Marjorie Taylor Greene lives right now, is in the victim card stuff. I mean she obviously was on the attack when she went after Liz Cheney and Raskin on the floor. Yeah. And was screaming at her other congressional members on the steps that one time.
Bullhorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that was sexy.
This was like she just walked up to a bunch of them and started the screaming match with Dingell, with Congresswoman Dingell.
And this is just to get more donations, right?
Well, I would say that is true for why Matt Gaetz is touring with her. Is that she's the number one fundraiser in the Republican House right now.
It's unreal.
She raises more. Well, but there was also a huge drop off. So for the year, she's well ahead of everyone else. Once Trump wasn't reinstalled, that money started to drop.
Okay, good.
So there is some semblance of hope and reality, but no guarantee. And even still, because year over year, she's going to end up being, that's what her rallying cry is going to be, is that she is the one who is walking away with all the dough. And I'm sure that the Republican Party, what's left of it, the Trump chasers, are really, in theory, chasing the Trump cash. Because there's segments of the Republican Party
They're not chasing him for ideas.
No, certainly not. And this is okay. So we'll trade theories on this. I'm curious about your take as well on this. Is that Trump has figured out that there is a slice of the Republican Party that will part with their money faster than the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can either try to convince a bunch of big donors that you're going to do stuff, get stuff done, put stuff in order that will protect them. And there are groups like the Heritage Foundation, which is if you just do judges, that
Yeah.
will keep pouring money your direction. That's enough.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of them want real trade policy, do want infrastructure to get through because it's their trucks on those roads.
Yeah.
They expect you to actually function as a leader and not just be, somebody who like steps on the brake with both
Yeah, just
feet.
pushes against.
Right. So those folks are harder to get to part with their money for your campaigns.
Yeah.
So Trump basically found a nexus between the sort of Koch brothers idea of like, we need to drown this government. The U.S. government has to die. Never mind the fact of who is waiting in line to put the killing blow on it, insofar as Russia, China, others in the world, dictatorships all over the world. They can't wait for the United States to fall in the same way that they're going after every Western democracy in that regard. I always picture them as like the line of people waiting to slap the woman in an airplane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Let me try.
the first person is like, calm down.
Yeah.
That would be your kind of general run-of-the-mill Republican. Too much government, and then the three people back, there's somebody who's got a monkey wrench,
Yeah.
right? So this is, that seems to, for some reason, that idea escapes them on the right. In the same way that you could argue that on the hyper left that we don't need there wouldn't be a flood of mass immigration if you started free programs for everybody. In the same way that there were floods of mass immigration into any country that starts offering those things, and then you have to get dictatorial, and then that's how they become totalitarian regimes. That's the quick and dirty of it. But then they realize they've gotten in over their head. The response has to be swift and violent.
And firm, yeah.
Yes, and that violence ends up becoming the machine of the governance itself, as opposed to like, oh, we did that for a little while because it was an emergency. It becomes the actual methodology. So if you pretend there isn't a world out there with different ideas that might want ill for you, both on the far right and on the far left, there's this kind of argument that we don't really need a government in that regard, or we need a government that takes care of everything.
Exactly.
Which is this hyper imbalance on both sides. Well, Trump seems to have found the nexus between the Heritage Foundation. Just put the judges in. We don't care about anything else. We're a one-note, anti-choice, anti-woman group, and then the suckers on the street.
Yeah.
The Republican base, the section of the base that doesn't vote consistently or hasn't until Trump, that was a reliable aspect of the Republican Party for a good long while, but wasn't actually didn't care about policy or functionality. They were the ones that you demonize about the border. They're the ones that make you make you fear
The ones
the others.
that bit hard on the Southern strategy.
Yes, right. Yeah, there's still the South will rise again crowd. The Confederate flag's really about heritage, right? That crowd. There's an argument that crowd has a lot of money that hasn't been tapped. Those two groups, while they went after the other folks, sort of trying to have a stable, real sense of government.
Yeah.
The problem is, those are also the groups that go dry. Those are the groups that are going to run out of money the fastest because the poor ones can't afford this, and the Heritage Foundation guys. Once you get those things in, there's no reason for them to give you any more money. It's done. It's 300 judges, and you got the court in there. They're gonna, if somebody looks a little sick around the gills in the next election cycle, they might jump back in to try and get a conservative president in there that will do it. But if whoever the Republicans run isn't conservative enough to get that done, why bother? Because it's going to be another 4 years. We'll save our money up until somebody's going to retire or they look sick. So that, and then, here's the question, and we got to take a break. And this is the thing. Does the grift how close is the grift to bleeding itself dry?
Okay.
Because I think the Republican fundraising machine is reaching its evergrande moment, and I'll explain that when we come back. This is the House Sparks radio program, Mega Worldwide on WCPT Radio, Chicago's Progressive Talk. I'm live in Chicago right now. It's so exciting to be here with Johnny Million. I can't tell you. We're both right. Look at these. Oh, there's his. Yay.
And we're both fully vaxxed.
That's true. We are. We'll be back right after this.
I'm gonna pee-pee. Can I get anything?
Not from there, no.
With paper towel?
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Sticky footsteps? No, I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks very much.
That's my pet name.
Is it Sticky Footsteps? That's nice. Remind me never to go to the movies with you. Hi, everybody. Hi, chat room. Sorry about the weird audio stuff. I have no idea what was causing that. It was just, I think, don't use Bongino terms. Is it frozen for everyone? Is it frozen? Or is it I am going on the Wi-Fi here in the station because for whatever reason, the plug-in Ethernet is not happening. I'm going to see, pardon me while I duck down below the desk and see if I can find another cable that might actually make it happen. But before, it might be, did we use the gray one once before? Yeah. This one? South Studio Media 70. Nope, that's a media cable. That's a green one. This guy. Where's this guy go? There's this little fella stuck on this situation. I don't know. Let's see. This guy goes in here. That's the dot. Goes in there. Don't take that out. That's a mistake. All right. So this is the blue one. This is the gray one. There's a green one. I'm just gonna plug in each one of these until we see if any of them actually work. Look at the cables I got to snap around in this sucker. All right. Well, wish me luck. All right, here we go. Always something. All right, moving the cover. Okay, so let's see if this guy.
Need me to help with anything while I'm up?
I don't think so. You could tell me if it seems to. I can't tell if all the like the network on here should, yeah, see there's no, I don't see any USB or Ethernet hooked up. When it should show up when I plug in here. It should like come alive, but for whatever reason they do not.
Would you like 30 more seconds or so?
No, it's okay. We'll just make do as we're doing.
Coming back.
Is there a loose? If you see a loose Ethernet cable down there, we'll give that a shot as well. I'm just trying my best. And guess my best wasn't good enough. 'Cause here we are back where we were before. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. This will help.
What about this?
Is that one plugged in? Okay.
Find out.
I'm just playing with wires while we're here. Just why not? Hi, chat room. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the show. So, this is there's a puzzling aspect to all of this. I think for everybody involved, in terms of, will Trump's money train dry up at some point? Can you expect? Nope, I'm just not seeing it. Nope. No. Yeah, that's weird. All right. Well, it was worth a try. All right. So we're just going on Wi-Fi today, doing the best we can, because now his stock has been going up in the last couple days. I don't know if you heard about this.
No.
You haven't signed up for Truther? Right.
It's called Truther?
No, it's called Truth, but we call it Truther on my show. Because Birther was taken as... but, so for those of you that don't know, Trump launched the Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG, using money from a SPAC, which is a special acquisition company. Now, this is a way of raising money. And this SPACs sounds so very Trump, because the essential concept is that you raise money for a sight unseen company. Perfect. Yeah. I'll show you later.
Uh-huh.
Yes. It's
Imagine this.
It's yes. 2 weeks from now media, right? And so Trump has got this yes, and it's already been hacked because he was using Flash, which like who uses
What?
Flash? Yes, they used Flash
He's
for their
using
launch
Flash?
for the launch page. Yeah, so they got hacked.
They've already been
Yes. Apparently, everybody that signed up for about an hour and a half was Mike Pence. Was the name Mike Pence for a
that's
while? That kind of stuff.
amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it will continue to be equally as bad because he's got some of the people who are behind it are the people who brought you the Parler with the largest social media hack in history, and so. Truth and if in answer to your question, yes, I have signed up under my faux. I'm just saying, Karen LaKaren may have her own truth. May have her own account. Yes. So I end up, like a lot of folks, looking at like where does this money come from, right? And some of this money from the SPAC, these people have sold as soon as they found out it was Trump. They started selling off their shares, and the shares went up because that group of folks that Trump has been, shining on forever, making them believe he is this massive success. Yeah. When his real success is in rigging the system. Again, Trump himself believes that if you go into court and you are innocent and you are found innocent, that's just normal. But if you're not innocent and you're found innocent, you're good.
Oh, wow.
That's how you know you have skill. So in a lot of his situations, he is more driven by the idea of fighting things he should lose, being crooked for the sake of being crooked. Wow. I mean, look at most of his.
It's hard to argue.
The Michael Cohen stuff, that was their kind of point of pride. So when it comes to truth, like this site it'll suck. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be beset with all kinds of problems. And by the way, I recommend all right-wingers who are listening or watching or seeing the show or whatever, please sign up right away.
Yeah.
Please sign up not only with any personal information they ask, give it. Social security number, all that. I'm sure it will be safe as houses.
Give it.
And then what I would like you to do is turn on location services in your phone so that all of your pictures, wherever they're taken, so we know exactly what step of the Capitol you were on, not just that you were there on those days, because it will be imprinted into the photo like it was on Parler. And see, when you load a picture, and maybe people don't know this, but
there's metadata.
Yes, there is metadata in the picture. Now, when you load it on Twitter or Facebook, it automatically defaults to creating new metadata as a posted picture, not a taken picture, right?
Okay.
It just says, this is the day you loaded it.
Yeah.
This is the
On
account that
Facebook,
loaded
yeah.
it. Not where you took it, what the latitude and longitude you were standing in, what direction you were facing, what your
Right.
temperature was, what all the readings on your Apple Watch were as you took it. None of that stuff is in there. It's as if it was born into the social media platform the day you do it. Not on Parler. Parler had it set so that every video and every picture had all of that metadata in the original. It was as if you made a direct copy from your phone of the picture. So everybody's information was on Parler. Where you were when you took the picture, like every aspect of stuff. And if you were using an app that got more information from your phone, all that's in there. It's just like the dumbest, most anti-freedom, tyrannical, paranoid delusion of New World Order that you could possibly imagine. All it was Parler, right?
For real, yeah. It was no fake microchip in a vaccine.
That's right. Yes, it was. Who needs it? Like again, that goes to the whole like, why would you kill people with a vaccine when there are enough people that you would in theory want to get rid of who are anti-vax, right? That would be the first thing. The same thing is sort of true of the Parler thing. Like, you walk around with Parler on your phone in your pocket all the time. Why would we need to chip you? Yeah. It's that part's amazing. So anyway, so Truth is it's Trump Music and Technology, Media and Technology Group, because Trump Music would be terrible. Oh my God, the songs that are coming to mind right now. Oh God. Look.
Yeah, I love music.
I love
I love all kinds
yeah.
of music.
It's like it'd be like Shatner's albums, but with no timing and no irony.
Lucy.
Yeah, right.
In the sky.
Sky with diamonds. Pack my bags. Pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. and I'm gonna be high.
Is that how he does that?
Yes,
one?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then there's that
I don't think
alien.
I've heard that
Oh,
one.
it's so beautiful. If you have not seen William Shatner doing Rocket Man at the Sci-Fi Awards in the 70s, you have not lived a life. I'm just saying. So, which I expect that quality from,
Yeah.
besides, the Dana Loesch Variety Hour and Gun Show. So, the over, this is no surprise to anybody, but Trump has got this site out called Truth that he's launching, and he got a bunch of people investing in this site. Like the stock price on this SPAC went up 1,265%, something like that in a day, which is not surprising considering his base and the cheapness of the actual the cost of the stock itself. And again, right now, he and Bill O'Reilly are going on this live tour, right? Which is 4 dates, by the way, 2 in Texas and 2 in Florida. It's a heck of a tour.
Oh, my.
Yeah, right. It's like, first we'll play my mom's house, then we'll play my dad's house, right? That's essentially it. And
but they're so busy secretly being president.
well, that's now you.
If he's president,
Are you
now,
just going to sit there and throw monkey wrenches in every paranoid delusion that these folks
Can he run
have?
again if he's still currently president?
Yeah, he can't get a third term. That's true. That is the problem with the phantom presidency argument. But true patriots are reshaping the.
That rule will be gone by the time.
Yeah, and by the way, those are the rules of the incorporated United States.
Yeah.
He's the
He'll become the 12th president.
The 17th, just to be Q.
Yeah.
Right. He's Q, so he'll be the 17th. We're going to jump past 4 of them or what have you. The reality is that this is just yet another money-making scheme, just to scam money off of his followers. This will, TMTG will be full of My Pillow ads and all kinds of stuff like that, and it will be overwhelmingly. You think there are ads in your Twitter feed? Good Lord!
Oh yeah.
And then the resurgence of Trump steaks and Trump water and Trump extended stay motels.
Alex Jones supplements.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, the Trump ED pills.
Yeah.
I
was like, how do I say that?
Dear God, you just don't.
I wanted to say big D pills.
Yes, right.
But not D.
Yeah, get your Donald in shape. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after this. This is the Hal Sparks Radio program, Megaworldwide on WCPT Radio, Chicago's Progressive Talk.
Should we try the CPT YouTube thing?
Possibly.
Are you okay with this?
Where do we log into that? Where would the login be on this?
So,
in there?
Yeah, in there.
Okay.
And then if you wanted, I could log you into your YouTube to create a stream key to have it go directly to your
Yeah,
channel.
it'd be an RTMP key is what I would use.
I have no idea how to do
I
that.
do.
Take a look
I
at,
do, though.
at that.
So Johnny will hang out with you guys in the chat room for a moment while I go do that, and then we'll do the mad switch over.
Okay.
Because maybe that'll be the best way to get it. No,
Pull up my chat. I got to get logged in. I can't hear you yet. I do not have my Wi-Fi set up here yet. I'm not going to hotspot. NRC guest. I cannot tell you the password. Let's see if I remember it. Maybe. There we go. Cool. All right. So now, YouTube. Am I online? I'm back online. There I am. That's so weird. And here's the chat. Can I pop it out here? Live chat. Oh boy. This will either work or be a disaster. It's madness.
Baseball, the Houston Astros advancing to the World Series. Joel Stern has details.
The Astros 5-0 win over the Red Sox in Game 6 of the ALCS.
You guys get to see that's my reading face that you're seeing on the stream.
Just one inning in Game 2, gives up one hit through 5 2/3.
And a California coroner's office is confirming actress and model Tawny Katane died of heart disease.
Aw.
She appeared in several 80s movies, including Bachelor Party, starring
I'm listening to the news. I just heard that Tawny Katane died.
Radio.
I think she had some issues.
Local and progressive on WCPT Willow Springs is powered by ComEd. Lower your energy bills and reduce your carbon footprint with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program.
You've asked for her, now we got her. Comedian and talk show host Patty
Yay.
Vasquez, live every weeknight from 5 to 6 p.m.
And as you would imagine, that would mean that folks want to call in and join the conversation.
Driving home with Patty Vasquez
Look, we want to be out, we want to gather and have a good time.
on WCPT 820.
Rick Under.
There has been enormous controversy over whether the CDC is flip-flopping when they told us at one point.
Yeah, so right now, oh, thank you for the super chat. I hear little things coming through. Right now, they're trying to utilize, there's all kinds of cameras in here on CPT, and they automatically stream to their Facebook all the time. I'm like trying to talk into the mic and it doesn't make any difference. They automatically stream to their Facebook, and you can apparently come up with a little path where we could host it on House Channel. I'm going to smash that like.
Stop procrastinating.
Beep.
Call Team Hockford now at 855-56-DAVID or visit 56david.com. Seriously, what are you waiting for? Team Hockford gives up thousands of listeners.
Johnny, an introvert? Yeah, I'm not really.
855-563-2842.
But around Hal, I certainly seem like one.
Website financially advising lender unless 112-461.
Hello, fellow progressives. Attorney Tony Moray here. You've been hearing from me for a few months now, and I've been hearing from
500 in the
as a
chat.
attorney. I get a lot of questions. Estate planning can be confusing, and sometimes
Tawny died several months ago? Wow, I guess she did. Why am I just hearing about it on the news? Maybe they finally